Hello, Texas Math Mundo audience. Today we have a real treat. We have a proud Clements High School Ranger, Andrew Kai, in the house. As many of you know, Clements is one of the most storied programs in the state, so I'm so happy to have Andrew Kai here. It should be a fascinating insight and look into the young man. Before we get started, let me take a moment, remind you to please hit that subscription button if you like this sort of content. Take a moment and smash that like button for me and leave a comment below. Andrew Kai, right ahead. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Texas Math Mundo audience, we have a real treat in store for us. We have Andrew Kai from the Clements Rangers in Sugarland, Texas with us. Welcome, Andrew.
Welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm so happy you're here. Believe me, I'm very happy you're here. So you're the 2021 individual state champion in number sense and mathematics, and that's in class 6A, the highest classification.
Yeah, 6A.
And then you're also the 2019 individual state champion in number sense. Wow, that's quite impressive, man. Quite impressive. I can't wait to pick your brain, buddy. Can't wait to pick your brain.
For sure.
So, congratulations on your recent showing at state. You struck first, you struck hard, and you had no mercy. Do you know where that comes from?
Where?
Cobra Kai. Do you know the Cobra Kai series?
Cobra Kai? I've heard of it before.
Oh, I'm making a shameless joke because it's Andrew Kai, Cobra Kai. You know,
I see.
I'm sure some audience
Pretty
members will get. So, what are your thoughts on the state meet, on the recent state meet?
So, my opinion on the state meet is I feel like it was similar difficulty to I think some of the virtual meets. It was, I think, a bit harder than most of the things I've used to. The scores are a lot lower than most of the competitions. I think second place in number sense was 270s, which is somewhere around there, which is really low compared to normal. But honestly, I didn't feel like it was too much harder than normal. I thought that was pretty standard, maybe just a bit more time consuming. Okay. So the test, okay, what did you think about not being, because you were the individual state champion in 2019, so you got to be in a room with all the best ones in the state. And now you have to go to a pod. So what do you feel about that pod situation? Was that okay? Yeah, it went all right. The thing is, our pod was right at Clements High School. It's a 2-minute drive from my house. Real quick, just go there, take the test, then I can go home, rest a little bit, come back for general math. But I guess I sort of do miss the experience of going to state in person, though, because in actual UIL state, we go to Austin for a night or two. We stay in a hotel. We have the entire team there, not just for number sense and general math, but every single event. It's a lot of fun, a great experience, and I just kind of miss that. Yeah. You know, the pod. Thank God we got to compete, because last year we didn't get to compete, and at least you got to compete. But there's no substitute for the actual experience of going to the state meet, being in the same room with all that brain power, you know what I'm saying? So, but it is what it is, It is what it is. So, not only are you the individual state champion in number sense and mathematics, but Clements, the proud Clements Rangers, were the team champions in number sense and math. That's right.
Now, that Clements program is a storied program. You're like the latest star of such a wonderful tradition at Clements. How did you personally, and how did your team prepare, in light of the pandemic?
So I think, as a whole, I think like most members of our team are sort of more focused towards like AMC type contests and like Olympiads, and sort of by preparing for those throughout the school year, where that like second-handedly helps us prepare for UIL. So all of us have been like grinding the AMC 10s, AME, and like Olympiads. So then from there, we've already been like naturally pretty prepared for UIL. And then for like the actual UIL tests themselves, I think we mostly just like sort of crammed the week before. So like the week before, every single day I got everyone together like in a group chat or like a Zoom call or something. I was like, all right, we should like, here's a collection of a bunch of tests from past years. Let's just go through all of them, just like brush up on that, make sure we know our skills, because yeah, we believe in ourselves.
Oh, okay. So you all are more Olympiad focused, really.
Yeah.
So how did you do on the AMC? How did you do on the AME? Did you qualify for USAMO?
Yeah. So I've actually qualified for like USAMO/USAJMO since I was in the 5th grade.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh my God. Really? Holy cow. I'm just in awe of that.
Thank you.
Wow. So and it's a different level of mathematics. It's proof based, and I'm sure that I'm sure you have a very deep appreciation for the beauty of mathematics.
For sure.
Do you have a favorite theorem?
Favorite theorem? That's kind of hard to say. Maybe like I don't know if I can pinpoint like a favorite specific theorem right now. Maybe like Brouwer's fixed point theorem. That's a pretty nice theorem, I have to say.
Oh, Brouwer's fixed point theorem. Can you make? Can you recall it by memory? What is it? What's the statement?
So let me think about how. So it's like it's in topology, and it basically says that. Let me think about how to describe it. Give me a few seconds.
Yeah. I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
All right. So like every single so it basically says that like if you have like I'd say like a ball, right? And then you have like every single continuous function has a fixed point.
Okay.
Like if you have like this function on like some ball in like a Euclidean space, I guess, which basically says that like there's gonna be like some x such as f of x equals x for any continuous function f.
Okay.
Which I think is just really cool in and of itself.
Yeah, wow, man. You're just at a different level, buddy. You're at a different level, but hey, I wouldn't expect anything less from the state champion in number sense and math from a storied program like Clements, man.
Thank you.
So, you want to make a shout out to your teammates and your coaches?
For sure. So first of all, thank you so much to my coaches, Mr. and Mrs. Garcia. They're both Clements teachers. They're happily married. And yeah, I'm just thankful for both of them for helping sponsor our team, helping lead our math club, helping coach for UIO, all of that. And then also thank you so much for all my teammates. I have there's a bunch of people in our math club interested in UIL, and unfortunately only 4 can make each team. So for our number sense team, it's me, Dylan, Justin, and Ann. And just congratulations to them as well. They all did super well at state, and that's their big reason why we got first. And for our general math team, we have me, and then my teammates Rich Wang, we have Dylan again, and Justin again. Again, great job to all of them. Thank you so much for being here, because yeah, we wouldn't have gotten first without them.
Oh man, dude, I love that shout out. It was a heartfelt shout out. So the chemistry is good amongst you all.
Yeah.
And did you all travel together through the system? Like, how long have you known these people?
I haven't known most of them for too long, because the thing is, like, all of them are underclassmen, like either freshmen or sophomores.
Okay.
So I'm like the only senior on the team.
Oh. So you're the leader. You took them under your wing. You took them under your wing.
Yeah, basically. But I have known Rich for quite a while. He's been like a good friend of mine since middle school. We both from Quo Valley. We've done math together, math competitions together, math counts, everything.
Okay. Wow. All right. So, when not engaged in schoolwork, what are your hobbies and interests?
That's a great question. So, outside of school, I have a lot of academic hobbies and non-academic hobbies, I'd say. So, out of my academic hobbies and interests, of course, there's math. Like, I've been doing math for so long, math competitions. I've been doing some math research nowadays, learning some higher math, all of that. Then also, I've been doing some computer science. And in terms of science, I've also been competing in Science Olympiad throughout the past 2 years, and I've been really into that as well.
Wow. That sounds so much fun. Sounds hard, but it sounds fun.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Wow. It
It
must be
really
very satisfying when you come to a greater understanding of the content.
For sure. And I guess continuing off of that, like non-academically, my interests. I guess right now the biggest interest of mine is just like watching and playing basketball because like it's the summer. I gotta go outside to have some fun and watch the NBA playoffs happening right now. And sorry, were you gonna say something?
No. I was going to say, and please tell me you're a Rockets fan.
I am, but
There you
this
go.
year we haven't been doing
It's
too
tough.
well. It's tough, but
But that's what makes you a fan.
exactly. Like the year we won a championship, because like I wasn't here for the 1990s, but when we finally win another championship, that's gonna be one of the best moments of my life.
I'm glad you said that because I am old enough. I was there. I was in college when they won their championships. So I have good, distinct memories of Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. So that's one of the advantages of being older. I know what it is to win a championship, being a true fan. You got a favorite player?
I guess this year I would say Jay Sean Tate,
Okay.
just because he's like such a good rookie. I would say James Harden, but he's not on the Rockets anymore.
I know. That's great, man. That's
Yeah.
great. So, I stand in awe of your intellectual prowess, you know what I'm saying? Of, just your ability, your calculational raw ability. I'm like, wow, jeez. So I'm
you.
very curious about, what molded you. So I want to ask a little bit about your past. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
So I've been living here almost all my life. So like 17 years I've been in Sugarland, this exact house. I grew up here. I went to Colony Meadows, which is like a 10-minute walk away. I went to Quail Valley Middle School and finally Clements High School. Just all Sugarland, born and raised.
Wow. We share Quail Valley. I went to Quail Valley Middle School. So we share that in common. Raiders, Quail Valley Raiders.
Quail Valley Raiders.
All right, absolutely. So you're a Sugarland product through and through.
Through and through.
All right. When did you so where are your parents from?
So my mom went to Kempner High School. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, the Cougars, Kempner Cougars.
Yeah,
They're Fort Bend.
Kempner
I'm
Cougars,
born and
yeah.
raised in Fort Bend.
Yeah, like she moved from China back in like sophomore year, and she went to Kempner. My dad moved from China when he was in college and went to UH actually. So I guess both my parents are sort of like from Houston as well.
Oh,
Like after they've immigrated here, they've been living in Houston most of their life.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're Houston through and through, Sugarland through and through. All right.
Yeah.
All right. When did you realize that you had a talent for mathematics? When did
I
that
think it was-
self-awareness happen?
It was pretty early on, like back in elementary school, like first, second grade even, I realized that I could sort of just like do computations quicker than most other kids. And when I was in elementary school, we have a bunch of local elementary school team SCAs actually. So I decided to go check out some of those, and I performed pretty well. And like that's when I knew that like math competitions were just sort of my thing.
Really? So were you winning trophies at a very early age?
Yeah, you could say that.
Have you kept count of the number of trophies you have?
I think back in like elementary school, I used to count every single one, but right now, not really. I like not to flex, but I think it's quite a few.
Quite, I imagine it takes up quite a bit of real estate in your household. And I'm sure your parents are proud of every single one of those trophies.
Yes, they are.
So, so what was so elementary school was your introduction to competitive mathematics?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you got into the middle school era and you did the math counts?
I did math counts.
How was Math Counts? Because that's a beautiful program.
Yeah, so Math Counts was a great experience, honestly. I entered it, like, I did it all 3 years of middle school. I actually made nationals all 3 years.
Really?
National countdown. So in 6th grade, I think I got 8th place overall. In 7th place, I was the national runner-up, and so was I in 8th grade.
Really? Wow, that's because I've seen them, when they buzz in and all that stuff, and they answer the question before I can even read the question.
It's difficult.
It is cool. It's so cool. So you were one of those kids. Wow, awesome. And then of course, I'm sure you did like the AMC 8, and then you did the AMC 10 and the Olympiad stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've done a ton of those.
So, what kind of study habits do you have?
So study habits, I think nowadays as like a senior, they've gotten more relaxed. But back in like, I guess like the first few years of high school, they've been like, I think I had some pretty intense study habits. So I wouldn't say that I have any particular study mechanism. It's more like just bursts of spontaneous energy. So like, for example, like I can just get like a burst of energy and just go study, like do work for like 3-4 hours. Just like, for example, just like reading some textbook, whatever. Other times, maybe I'm not so energetic. I'm just like lying down, just like doing regular teenager stuff for like a few hours. But I'd say it's more like spontaneous bursts of energy rather than just like rigid structured study.
Wow, that's an interesting way to phrase it. Spontaneous burst of energy. So you have that ability to really to get focused for a few hours and just get it done.
Yeah.
Oh,
if
wow.
necessary, or like if I just feel like it.
But that is actually a character trait. You know, I think you have to have that ability to really concentrate and focus. And so, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Spontaneous burst of energy. Okay. So, you know, I've hosted tournaments before. And, you know, I would see a couple. If we could get Quail Valley to go to our tournaments, it'd be like 2 busloads of kids coming. You know, so you were part of that group. You're part of that busload, that pipeline in Sugarland.
Yeah, basically.
Which is so beautiful. Beautiful. You know, I'm glad that's why so many parents want to live in Sugarland and live near the Clements zone. You know, it's highly desired because of the academic excellence, the programs there. It's awesome.
For sure.
So that's why I'm glad you're on this program, because a lot of little kids, you know, those little kids on the Quail Valley bus going to tournaments are going to watch this program. They're going to connect to you. And a lot of kids across the state will connect to you. And so
I hope so.
Yes. And I think you're very inspiring, you know, especially if you look at your scores. I'm like, oh my God, how does a person even score that high? You know? So here's my question, because I know you're going to be an inspiration to many kids across the state. Who was your inspiration?
So my inspiration, I remember back in elementary school when I was in like, I think when I first started math competitions, there was this one kid from Dulles High School who won national math counts. He went to the IMO. He got a gold medal. And
Bobby
all
Shen.
That. Yeah, Bobby Shen.
I know.
And like, I think just like from the beginning, I think Bobby Shen was my sort of just like my inspiration.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, you're the second guy I interview that says that Bobby Shen was his inspiration.
Really?
Yes. So, you know, I know him. You know, I was in tournaments in those years, so I know Feng Lee, his coach, all that stuff. Wow, Bobby. Yeah, I'm trying to get him on this program, by the way. So, you know, awesome. I'm glad you mentioned that name. That's awesome. I remember Bobby Shen. Incredible, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I want to talk a little bit about the high school years in UIL. What has been the most memorable moment or moments of your high school UIL journey?
So my high school UIL journey. So unfortunately, it wasn't really like a super long journey because the problem is I've only been to state in person once because like COVID wrecked 2020 and this year as well. And I actually skipped my junior year. So this is my 3rd year in high school.
So you were a freshman in 2019?
Yeah, I was a freshman.
Oh, when you were number sense champion as a freshman?
Yeah.
Wow. Number sense champion as a freshman. You skipped a year. And then now you're number sense and math state champion. tragically, we lost that 2020 season.
Yeah.
What would have happened if we would have had a 2020 season?
I think we would have won state again. And hopefully I would have won general math and number sense as well.
Absolutely. There's no yes. I think, you know what? I think that's probably a good call. I think that's a good call, man. Wow. I'm glad you didn't hesitate with that. You're confident, but it's true.
I gotta be confident myself.
But it's true. You know, you have good reason, man. You prove it. You prove it, man.
Thank you.
Wow. Which calculators do you use?
So in terms of calculators, I always just use TI Inspire. Like I don't actually do the calculator event, but like I guess for general math, I just have like a TI Inspire here handy, like if I need it for some problems. And in terms of calculations, boom.
Okay, so the calculator is not really emphasized for you. It's just knowing the math.
Yeah.
You know, I had a director, Larry White. I don't know if you know director Larry White. And he said the same thing. He said, you know, if you're counting on the calculator, then, you know, you just need to use it sparingly. You got to know the math.
Yeah. Like, I remember in regionals, like, for general math, I touched my calculator for, like, 5 or 6 times total.
I love that you said that right now. You know, really, because I think people are just, they want to program the calculator. They want to devote all these things. And, you know, it might be an interesting programming exercise. But really, you got to know the math. You know, you got to know the math. Wow. So, you know, just like you kind of admired Bobby Shen, there are going to be a bunch of little kids, or, you know, a bunch of that admire Andrew Kai. You know, and that's true. How does it feel to be state champion? How does it feel to be like number one? You're at the top of the mountain, 6A, in fact, even at 6A, top of the mountain, man. How does it feel to stand there?
I think it just feels pretty good to like be there, know that like I can actually do this. Like I think it's pretty crazy. I would not have envisioned myself like over here, but somehow I am. And then I just want to like be able to like use that to sort of help me take the next step.
Absolutely, Andrew Kai. You know what I'm saying? Wow. This is gold, getting the insight into what you're thinking and your thoughts and your perspective. This is gold.
Thank you.
Having said that, where do you keep your gold medals?
Where do I keep my gold medals?
So, the state ones.
I think I keep them like next to all my this. I don't mean to flex, but like next to like all my other medals as well.
Flex, like, buddy, flex. You deserve it. You got them. Show them off.
Like, I have a bookshelf in the back where I just have a bunch of trophies and also like a few medals like collected in there as well.
Yes, absolutely. No, that state medal I think is a little bit special. You know what I'm saying? You know, as opposed to just a local area tournament, with, you know, I'm sure, but that's interesting. Sure. So would you go to like all the local area tournaments, like the Dulles ones that they would host? And
usually I don't. Like I am unfortunately pretty busy because I have a lot of competitions from like out-of-state math competitions like PUMAC and HMMT to like Science Olympiad, Science Bowl competitions. Yes. So I unfortunately haven't really been to many local UIL tournaments.
Yeah, I got you. I understand. Yeah. Limited time. You got to pick and choose where you're going to spend that time. You know, that's why I'm glad you're doing this interview. So, a little retrospective here is what do you value the most about your UIL journey up to this point?
So what I think I value most is sort of, I would say like being able to help teach my team, like being able to help lead my team. I think that's like the most valuable experience because on the one hand, like doing UIL, doing the math problems, being able to win, that's nice. But helping others do well and helping others win and getting Clements to win as a team, that's just, I guess, so much nicer being able to like see others grow.
Because it's bigger than yourself, right? It's something beyond yourself. Connecting with your teammates, being part of that beautiful Clements tradition. You know what I'm saying? I love your answer, man. I love your answer because it's beyond yourself. It's bigger than yourself.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it, man. I love that answer. And I'm so proud. I'm happy that you're Clements proud, man, because Clements has his fair share of haters. Because you've been dominant for decades. Man. You know, so
I don't think that's gonna stop.
Really? Now with that Cloud Valley, Fort Settlement, First Colony pipeline, y'all don't rebuild. You just reload over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all are crazy, man. Oh, I'm a coach in Region 3. You know how many times Clements has squashed us? You know what I'm saying? Clements just squashes us like we're nothing. Like we're just, but it's okay. It's about the journey anyways. Dulles has provided you a little bit of competition some years.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like back in my freshman year, I remember they beat us in math at state. Like we got second place. But this year, like they haven't been doing so well.
No. Is that Andrew Liu, that group of kids?
Yeah, Andrew Liu, there's my friend Ethan Zahid.
Yeah.
There were a ton of really smart kids.
They were good. Well, that's interesting. It's good to have good rivalries. But Clements is just so strong. You know what I'm saying? And you're my first Clements guy, so I want to have more Clements people because it's, it's y'all are the class act of the state. So, so this is a very important question I have for you now. Very important question.
Yeah.
All these kids are gonna look up to you, just like you looked up to Bobby Shen. What advice do you have for any of these young students that they see Andrew Kai and they're like, wow, what message do you want to send them? What advice do you have for them?
I think my advice is if you love math, then just do it. I think like the most important part about math isn't about like worrying about how you'll do in this competition, like if you think you'll win or whatnot. If you love math, then just do it. Like pull up some problems, go practice, go learn some new things. I think that's the most important thing because in the end, like once you go into college, for example, it's not going to be about like, oh, I won this competition and they didn't. It's going to be about, dang, I know this much. I can learn this much more. This is also interesting. I think that's the main purpose of it. And that's what math competitions are for, to be able to like be able to motivate people to sort of just learn more.
Yes. It's all about learning, right? And you have your own measure. You're your own measure. You know what I'm saying? There's very few Andrew Kais out there, but you can have your own measure. I'm with you, man. I like that answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
What does the future hold for Andrew Kai?
That's something that I've been asking myself a lot, and that's something that I will figure out in the future. So right now, my current plans for the future is next fall I'm going to MIT.
Oh, you're going to MIT?
Technology. Yeah. And I will probably be majoring in math. I'm most likely majoring in math. And from there, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Didn't Bobby Shen go to MIT?
Yes, he did.
Hey, and last week, I produced a video. Maybe you should watch it. This kid in the Valley, Maximiliano Ramirez, he's going to MIT as a freshman too.
Oh, dang.
Maybe I'll give you his email, so maybe you may contact him. He won the state science championship in 5A. So he's the 5A state science champion. So
that's really good. Congrats to him.
He's headed to MIT. So maybe there's a connection there.
Maybe there is.
But wow, I'm so excited for you. This is an exciting time of your life.
Thank you.
MIT, man, like I say, the most prestigious campus on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
People dream of being able to go there. And you're going to go in there, and not only will you be taught by the greatest minds on the planet, you'll be sitting next to the greatest minds on the planet. Wow, I'm so excited for you. That's a big deal, buddy. You must be excited.
I'm very excited. I just can't wait.
Wow. And you're going to pursue mathematics, probably, you said?
Most likely mathematics, and I'm also considering computer science.
Yes. I think they were like the number one rated computer science engineering school on the planet, so you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And then I guess you'll reach some clarity as far as career aspirations. You're still a very young guy.
Yeah, I'm still... Everything's sort of just muddled, but I'll see what I want to do. I have plenty of time.
Yes, you do. And you have youth. And, you must be on the top of the world right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is good. Very excited. I'm so excited. And congratulations on MIT. It's a big deal.
Thank you so much.
I'm very excited for you, man. Very excited. So, do you think you'll find your way back to UIL and competitive mathematics, maybe as a mentor for? Do you think you'll stay connected to Clements, or do you think your path might just lead you further away?
That's a great question, honestly. I'm not sure like what I'm going like where I'm going to go in the future. Of course, like if I do end up in like Houston Sugarland, I'll definitely be connected to Clements. I'll definitely be like hopefully like helping Clements out, like visiting back, saying hi to Mr. and Mrs. Garcia. But yeah, I don't know where I'll go in the future, but if I do end up back here, then I'll be helping Clements out, hopefully.
Oh yes, yes, and Clements is be all the better for it, man. You're like one of these Hall of Famers that comes back and visits this campus. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome, awesome. And I'm glad you gave a shout out to Mr. and Miss Garcia because I know them for a long time too. So that so I've known them for a long while, and I'm happy that you made a shout out to them. That's great, man. That's great.
Thank you.
So, Andrew Kai, number sense state champion, mathematics state champion, number sense of 2019, and probably that 2020 season would have been Andrew Kai's season also. I'm in awe of your intellectual prowess, man. I'm so in awe. Do you have any parting words, any final thoughts as we conclude this interview?
So as for parting words, I don't know. I guess my main advice for people is just do you. If you want to go do something, go out there, do it. If you love math, go out there and do it, as I said earlier. I think that's just my general rule of thumb, and that's sort of just how I live my life.
Awesome, Andrew. Do you. You do you, man. I love it. I love it. It's a great perspective. Simple, elegant, powerful, true. Awesome. Awesome,
Thank
Andrew
you.
Kai. So like I say, I'm so appreciative that you took the time to come to this show. I'm in awe of the scores. When I see those scores, I'm like, oh my, you must not even be human. You're like this machine, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's good to see the human side of you. And I'm happy everybody else is going to see this side of you too, man. So I can't thank you enough. I really appreciate you, Andrew Kai.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting this interview. Thank you for having me on here, and thank you for providing a platform for like all of us to speak and for the younger ones to look up to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Andrew Kai, man. I wish you the best, and farewell, buddy. Farewell.
Very well.
Wow. Andrew Kai, what a spectacular individual. What an incredible talent. And it was an amazing insight into that young man. Such an incredible young man. And I wish him all the best. I hope to continue bringing you content like this. If you enjoy this sort of content, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Take a moment and hit the like button. Smash that like button for me, and leave a comment below. I really appreciate you guys. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Farewell.